Kevin De Bruyne is the reigning Premier League player of the season and frankly one of the best players in the world. But if we're being very honest, just 10 years ago, not many would have believed that the Belgian midfielder would be where he currently is. But he rose through injuries and rejection and built a truly enviable career for himself. De Bruyne started playing football in his hometown at just 6 years old. When he was 8, he moved to Genk where he spent 6 years before he moved to Genk. There, he rose through the ranks and made his first team debut on the 9th of May, 2009, at the age of 17. By the 2010-11 season, De Bruyne had become a staple in Genk's first team, and he would dazzle the fans with his creativity and good eye for pass. He ended that season scoring 5 goals and providing 16 assists, helping Genk to win the title for the first time in 9 years. He was no doubt a star, and so he had started to attract attention from big clubs around Europe. At that point, Genk knew the midfielder was not going to be theirs much longer. And it indeed didn't take long for Chelsea to come knocking for the 20-year-old midfielder. He moved to Chelsea in the summer of 2012 after scoring 8 goals and providing 15 assists for Genk in the just concluded season. Everyone expected him to be the next big thing. De Bruyne himself was excited about the move, saying, "To come to a team like Chelsea is a dream, but now I have to work to achieve the level that is necessary." He worked really hard, but he was not able to achieve that level at Chelsea. He was loaned out the same summer he arrived because Chelsea, who were newly crowned European champions, did not have space for him in the midfield. So, he was off to Werder Bremen for a year, and boy was it a really good year. De Bruyne walked into Werder Bremen's midfield as you'd expect him to, and he totally dominated it, scoring 10 goals and providing 10 assists in his only season at the club. Following that stellar season he was linked with moves to bigger Bundesliga clubs like Leverkusen and Dortmund, but Mourinho promised him he had a place for him at Chelsea, so the midfielder returned to London. As you probably already know, that turned out to be a lie. De Bruyne featured in only 3 Premier League games that season, and was sold in the January transfer window without ever getting a real chance to prove himself at the club. He left Chelsea for Wolfsburg, and a lot of people wrote him off as another young talent gone down the drain. But he was determined to prove the doubters wrong. Before moving on, remember to smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, in order to never miss one of our videos again, click that bell icon as well. Anyways, in just half a season, Kevin De Bruyne scored 3 goals and provided 9 assists for Wolfsburg. The Bundesliga club could already tell that they got a really good bargain paying just £18 million for the super talented 23-year-old. Little did they know that he had not even started. In his first full season, De Bruyne went full beast mode for Wolfsburg. He scored 16 goals and provided 28 assists in all competitions. 21 of those assists came in the Bundesliga, and that became the record number for assists in a single season in the German top flight. He really has been putting up insane numbers for years now. Those numbers helped Wolfsburg to a second-place finish, the first time that the club finished in the top 4 since they won the league 6 years earlier. He also helped Wolfsburg to win the DFB Pokal Cup after beating Dortmund in the final, and also beat Bayern to win the DFL Super Cup that year. Those were the club's first major trophies since they won the Bundesliga in 2009. De Bruyne's impact in Wolfsburg was unquestionable. That outstanding season saw him win the award for Germany Footballer of the Year. And as you would expect, the offers started rolling in yet again from clubs all around Europe, most notably Manchester City. Speculations of De Bruyne making the move back to England in the summer of 2015 grew, so he had to come out to clarify that he would not force Wolfsburg to sell him. However, he just could not ignore the interest from Man City. He made a huge statement that was probably influenced by his bad first stint in England. He said, "If an offer comes, I will hear about it and how much it is, but I have not yet heard anything. I would not go to England just to prove that I can play there. I do not have to go to England. If I go there, it's because for me and for my family it is a good choice. That's the key for me." But City so desperately wanted him, so they kept improving their bids while Wolfsburg fought to keep him. The English giants sent in 3 bids for the Belgian, the third worth £58 million, and attached to it was a wage offer that Wolfsburg's sporting director described as astonishing. So, eventually, Wolfsburg caved, and on the 30th of August 2015, Man City announced the signing of Kevin De Bruyne for £55 million, the equivalent of 75 million euros. That fee made De Bruyne the most expensive City purchase and the second most expensive in the history of British football at the time. Many people thought City took a huge risk buying a player who had already flopped in the Premier League after just one good season in Germany, but it would turn out to be a very profitable risk. In just his first season at City, he scored 16 goals and provided 13 assists in 41 appearances. And that was in spite of an injury he suffered in January 2016 that sidelined him for 2 months. Perhaps most memorable of his 16 goals that season were his 2 strikes against PSG, which sent Manchester City to the semi-final of the Champions League for the first time in their history. He started really superbly for City, and it made Chelsea fans already begin to regret letting such a super talent go. But those regrets would worsen as De Bruyne only got better and more impactful for City. In the 2017-18 season, he scored 12 goals and assisted 21 as City not only won the Champions League but won it with 100 points, the first and only time so far that that feat has been achieved by a Premier League side. As a matter of fact, the assist king provided the assist for the goal that sealed the 100th point. That was his 16th assist of the Premier League that season, and it meant that he went home with the first ever Premier League Playmaker award. That summer, he went on to inspire his national team to win bronze at the World Cup, the best World Cup finish in Belgium's footballing history. He was expected to get even better the following season, but he was hit by injuries at the very start. He suffered an injury to his knee in August 2018 which kept him out till October. And when he got back in October, he suffered another injury which sidelined him for a further month. Because of the recurring injuries, he ended that season with just 6 goals and 11 assists, still reasonable numbers. In the 2019-20 season, he was back. He scored 16 goals and provided 23 assists, and even though Liverpool won the league that season, he cleared almost all the awards in England. He won his second Playmaker of the Season award after providing 20 assists that season. Those 20 assists equaled Henry's record for most assists in a single season. It also made him the only man to record 20-plus assists in a season in 2 of Europe's top 5 leagues. More so, he was named Premier League Player of the Year and also became the first ever Man City player to win the PFA Player of the Year award. He would go on to win back-to-back PFA Player of the Year awards the following season after inspiring City to yet another Premier League title. He also scored in the Champions League semi-final against PSG to send City to their first ever UCL final. Then last season, he helped City to win back-to-back Premier League titles for the second time and was named Premier League Player of the Season for a joint record second time. Kevin De Bruyne is an absolute machine and he has shown no signs of stopping. This season, he has already taken an early lead in the race for the Playmaker award, having provided 3 assists in his first 4 games. There's no doubting what an absolute beast De Bruyne is. He is surely one of the best players in the world right now, and you just get a feeling that the only thing standing between him and a Ballon d'Or is a Champions League victory. Do you think he'll get that this season? Let us know in the comments. As always, don't forget to smash the like button and remember to subscribe for more content like this. We'll see you soon. That's all from Hattrick for now.